The following is a presentation of TFNN.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our quotes. Be faithful to that which exists nowhere but inside yourself. Andre Guide. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials up 117, NASDAQ down 13, S&P's up 10.5, gold contract down $19, trading at $1,289 an ounce. Silver off 32 cents at $19.32 an ounce. Platinum off 20 bucks at $1,434 an ounce. Copper down 2 pennies at $3.05 a pound. Light sweet crude up $1.25 at $100.75 a barrel. Bonds, the 10-year up 6 ticks at 124.27. 30-year off 4 ticks at 135.31. King dollar up 139 ticks, trading out at 79.26. The euro down 15 at 139, and the yen up 22 at 101.91. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. Oh, baby, can you spell deviance? It's a beautiful thing, folks. Okay, so what do we have? This market is just dynamite, folks. This is what it is. It's amazing, actually. So, cash S&P, we get down to 1859. What does that do? Well, we come into the downdraft of April 28th. April 28th, we had a low out there of 1850. We go to 1867. The high of the 28th is 1877.01. So what do we do again? Now, this is the third day in a row we did this. But I'm going to go through this real slow so you can see this correlation because it's really cool. So today what we did, folks, is that we did 736 million shares. Okay? Going into the 28th has 821 million shares. So you can see what has happened here. You came into that area, and we had an expansion of volume, okay, but it's going to need more to really break down that area. Yesterday, we had done 699. The day before, just about the same. So you can see you had a small expansion of volume. You get into it. It's just busting a little hole in it. That's what it's doing. Now, it rejected the price. It did have lighter volume. So what does that say? Guess what? That high of April 4th wants to get tested. That's what this comes down to. That's 1897.28. And if you were in front of a machine today and looking at the market, it was like, you got to be kidding me. That high is never going to get tested. Because what we did have is that when Janet Yellen came out with her speech, bottom line, market went south very quickly. Guess what? It rejected it very quickly. Bottom line, my take is that this high wants to be tested. It doesn't change the context that this market's going to fall apart, but guess what? That high wants to be tested first. Dow Industrials, what did the Dow do? Dow gets down to a price point of 16,357, rejects it, finishes out at 16,518. And what the Dow had done, this past Friday, the Dow had got within 30 points of the high. That high is going to get tested, which is the 16,631. NASDAQ Composite. Now, this is where it gets really cool because the composite has released a huge amount of information today. Huge. Okay? And this is what it is. The composite got down to a price point of 4021 and then come roaring back and closed only down 13 bucks. Okay? So, when we take a look at that, you were down almost $60. We did. Now, this is where the information gets released. We did today 2.4 billion shares. So what did that do? Well, it went into the swing point of April 28th, and on April 28th, we did 2.3 billion. So you can see what happened. We actually went in there with heavier volume, whacking it, boom, 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 hitting. what we also did is that we got into the high of April 15th. And that is the low point at this juncture. That's our low swing point. That low swing point, folks, had already taken out the February 5th swing point, with volume, by the way, okay? As we got into that high, guess what? We had higher volume. Okay, so what does that set up? What it sets up is this. It sets up two different things. First off, NASDAQ is also going to bounce. NASDAQ, you know, NASDAQ is a dead cat bounce, no doubt. The NASDAQ, the composite, we're at 4067. That can get into 4177, which was the high generated on the 24th. What the NASDAQ, the information the NASDAQ has released, though, is that we are pounding those lows. And I suspect, you know, the 4,000 wants to get taken out. And when that 4,000 gets taken out, we'll be at a 3,600 in a heartbeat. Heartbeat. That's how this is set up right now. We go over to the Russell 2000. We'll take it. Well, yeah, first off, let's go back to the SPY. I'm going to do the ETF structures so you can see how these are set up. The SPY. What the SPY did today, you did 103 million shares. That 103 million was going into 135. Rejected it. Guess what? It's going to go test. We're at 187.88. It wants to test the 189.70. That had 169 million. So your benchmark on the other side is going to be how we crawl up to that area. And I'd love to have that crawl happen on Friday. That's how I think this thing is going to set up, by the way. The 3 Qs. What do we have with the 3 Qs? What we have with the 3 Qs is this. They did 56 million shares today. That 56 was going into 58 million, which is the 28th, was going into 84 million, which was the 15th. That little baby, we're at 86.56. That wants to get into 88.21. Now, over to small caps. We take a look at the small caps. IWM, and the IWM had gone to 108.43. That took out the swing low of the 15th. We did 60 million shares versus 76 million. Bounce, boing. This one here, now this one here doesn't have to go up to the April 22nd area. I suspect what it's going to do is try to get into the May 2nd area, only 3 days away. That's how that's kind of set up. That also is pounding, but you can see that it's going to need more volume. And, of course, the IWM has already basically did 100% move of a move. You know, we were basically at this level 6 months ago at 107.39. And we got to 108.43 today. Gold contract. Let's go take a look at gold. They were hammering gold out here today. We have what gold is this. She's down $18. She's at $12.90 right now. We're coming into a Thursday. She did expanded volume. She did 167 million contracts. So we're going to be coming into 167,000 contracts. We're coming into we're 1290. The last swing point out here is 1272. We had done 172,000 contracts and 189,000. You know, so we'll see how she tries to test those levels. If we look at the GLD correlation volume-wise, we did 8 million shares. She is coming into 8.7 million shares, and she's coming into 9.9. It's close. It's a close call. You know, that volume, I want to see that volume die down as it gets into the swing point. What does happen is that I absolutely like seeing volume come out before that swing. That's really crucial to understand. Oil market. Let's go take a look at oil. This is the third day in a row oil was trying to get to higher price. We did 268,000 contracts out here in oil. We are at 100.72, and she's coming into 283,000. So it's not bad. You know, she held over the price for the last couple of days. She can go test this 100.76, which is only 4 pennies higher. Bonds, the 10-year bond we had with the 10-year bond, she came in with some juice again. She's hanging right at the highs. She's building cause to basically take out this whole area. The area that we're talking about to take out is the 120, let's see, what do we have? 124.28. And we're at 124.26 right now. My take is that 10-year is a monster ABC structure on the way up. You stay right there, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. We're going to be coming right back. We had the Dow Industrials finish up 117, NASDAQ down 13, S&P's up 10.